Hello everyone, welcome to Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services. This is a video on PIB monthly compilation and I'll be discussing PIB for the month of April. So whatever news that has appeared in the PIB for the month of April will be discussed in this session, and the main motive is to cover the news that is relevant for prelims and mains examination both. So without any further delay, let's get started with the discussion. And these are the list of the contents that I'll be discussing with you. I've bifurcated the news according to the General Studies paper. The first news that we'll be discussing will be under the category of General Studies paper 2, followed by General Studies paper 3 news. Some news which is brief in nature, that is again important for the prelims examination. Some bilateral agreements and summit, and some military exercises that were news in the month of April. So this is the content upon which the entire session will move ahead. And if you're new to our channel, do not forget to subscribe Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services on YouTube. If you like this video, if you find this video informative and helpful, do not forget to press a like button. So we'll start a session with General Studies paper 2 related news that is again important both for the prelims as well as for the mains examination. The first news is security of Wi-Fi connection in the public place, which is again something very important in light of privacy of an individual citizen and even the role of the government that is essentially involved in terms of providing the privacy. So recently the central government has taken adequate steps to ensure the security of Wi-Fi connection in public places. How they would be providing their other set of rules and procedures which government has aligned. Now looking into this graph, you will get an idea about the mobile broadband penetration worldwide. तो बात करें अगर इंडिया की जो टोटल पेनिट्रेशन है कमिंग बोथ फ्रॉम रूरल एंड अर्बन एरियाज, दिस इज ओनली 45%. बट यहाँ पे जो डेटा की कंजम्पशंस हैं कंपेयर टू एनी अदर कंट्री एज ऑन अ हायर साइड. सो मोस्ट लाइक 11.7 GB की जो डेटा है वो पर मंथ की कंजम्पशन है एवरेज में. So this shows that yes, the Indian people are mostly using, basically most of their time are being given to the internet surfing or internet uses. The second countries जिसकी penetration सबसे ज़्यादा है that is UK 90%, France 90%, China 95%, US 100%, Germany 105, Spain 1110, South Korea 120 and Japan 150. But सबसे जो कम consumptions की अगर बात करें, so Spain is a country with only 3.5 GB of the data consumption per month, right? So this is a graph data that will help you understand about the nature of data and the citizen uses in terms of the total internet consumption month-wise. Now there's the Indian Telegraph Act which empower the central government to come up with such regulation for the Wi-Fi in the public place. तो जो law establish की गई है that is intended जहाँ पे अगर कोई ऐसी इंटेंशन हो जहाँ पे टैम्परिंग हो रही हो, so that would be counted as unlawful activities and that is under the punishable offense of section 24, 25, 26 of the Indian Telegraph Act. तो गवर्नमेंट जो अपनी पावर डिराइव करती है वो इसी सेक्शन से लाती है, राइट? So the Department of Telecommunication, which is under the Ministry of Communication, has issued instruction in February 2009 to all internet service provider regarding the safeguards and the provisions of Wi-Fi internet services, right? Where it aims to secure Wi-Fi services including those provided in the public place, right? If you're living in metropolitan cities, तो कई जगह पे आपको मॉल के बाहर even for metros, in that light, और अगर बात करें कोई ऐसी public places की अगर बात करें, so everywhere you get the Wi-Fi connection. So it is important that government should have also check and balances to ensure that these services are used by the right people. Now PM Wani scheme, which is again something very important that government has come up with recently. So the scheme called for setting up of public Wi-Fi network that is accessible point by the local neighborhood shops through the public डेटा ऑफिसर्स जिसको PDOs भी कहते हैं. और जो सिक्योरिटी की बात की गई है, द सिक्योरिटी रिलेटेड गाइडलाइन बाय द गवर्नमेंट वुड बी अंडर द PM वानी स्कीम under the such procedures. So first provision that is again very important and this can again be important for the prelims as well. Public Data Office Aggregator की बात की गई है. This is PDOA for the storage of user data for 1 year to ensure the compliances with the legal provision as required, right? और ये जो यूजर की डेटा प्राइवेसी है वुड बी इंश्योर्ड बाय द ऐप प्रोवाइडर एंड द PDOS। तो जो ऐप प्रोवाइडर्स होंगे, जो पब्लिक डेटा ऑफिस एग्रीगेटर्स होंगे, उनको ये इंश्योर करना होगा कि डेटा प्राइवेसी की भी वो सारी रूल्स एंड प्रोसीजर्स को फॉलो करें। Complete user data and the user logs are also to be stored within India. And the last, that the provision of the app provider, that is PDOA, and the center register office to provide safeguard and privacy and the confidentiality of any information about the third party known to the services, right? This is also in line with the case Puttaswamy case judgment, जहाँ पे right to privacy की बात की गई है. So if you're writing in mains paper specifically, you can highlight the judgment of the Supreme Court also. Now the other news, that is Rashtriya Gokul Gram Mission. The center has sanctions the fund under the Rashtriya Gokul Mission for setting up of 16 Gokul Gram as an integrated cattle development centers, and the aim of the conservation and development of indigenous bovine breed in the scientific and holistic manner. So this is the main rationale and aim behind this particular project, which is also known as Gokul Gram, or you can say the Rashtriya Gokul Mission. क्या ऑब्जेक्टिव हैं गोकुल ग्राम्स के? फर्स्ट इज टू प्रमोट द इंडिजिनस कैटल रियरिंग एंड कंजर्वेशन इन अ साइंटिफिक मैनर. So whatever best possible scientific manner can be included or incorporated would be the priority. Second, to enhance the productivity of indigenous breed, जहाँ पे increase economic return के साथ animal product और sustainable manner में इनको harness की जाएगी. Third is to propagate genetic merits bull for indigenous breed. Fourth, to encourage appropriate technology for use of drought animal power. Again, to provide balanced nutrition and integration of health. This is something very important because for animal healthcare, it is it is a right time and it is essentially called for providing a balanced nutrition. Right? Optimize farm management practices and promote common resource management. Last but not the least is to promote green power and eco technology. So these are some of the core objective and rationale behind the Gokul grants. Now integrated indigenous cattle centers की अगर बात करें, so this integrated cattle centers Gokul gram has been made viable and sustainable through sale of milk, value added products, sale of high genetic metric stocks, merit stocks की अगर बात करें, that would be produced at the Gokul grants, and some of the facilities that would be provided in integrated indigenous cattle centers और गोकुल ग्राम की अगर बात करें तो कुछ ये इंपॉर्टेंट फैसिलिटीज़ हैं जो वहाँ पे प्रोवाइड की जाएंगी. फर्स्ट इज काउ एंड काव स्ट्रीट्स, बायोगैस प्लांट्स के बाद एग्रीकल्चर इक्विपमेंट्स, यूरिन डिस्टिलेशंस, composite and vermo composting pits, and cement and liquid nitrogens and essential infrastructure. So in prelims examination, they can ask you the possible benefits or facilities that is provided under integrated indigenous cattle centers. The other news, that is continuation of Atal Innovation Mission. The government has approved the continuation of Atal Innovation Mission. Recently, it has approved till March 2023. And this AIM, that is Atal Innovation Mission, work to intended target for creating an innovation culture जहाँ पे entrepreneurial ecosystem जो है वो पूरी country में promote की जाएगी. This would be done by AIM via various programs and policies. So first is the target set for the Atal Innovation Mission is including the establishment of almost 10,000 Atal Tinkling Lab, also known as ATLs. फिर उसके बाद 101 अटल इंक्यूबेशन सेंटर्स बनाए जाएंगी, establishment of 50 अटल कम्युनिटी इनोवेशन सेंटर्स एंड सपोर्टिंग 20 स्टार्टअप वाया अटल न्यू इंडिया चैलेंज. मैं आपको अटल न्यू इंडिया चैलेंज के बारे में भी डिटेल में आगे डिस्कस करूंगा. नाउ क्या ऑब्जेक्टिव है इस पर्टिकुलर मिशन की? द ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ AIM इज टू क्रिएट एंड प्रमोट एन इकोसिस्टम जहाँ पे इनोवेशन, एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप पूरे कंट्री में प्रमोट की जा सके via the intervention at school level, university level, research institution, micro, small and medium enterprises और industry level. तो ये सारे लेवल पे गवर्नमेंट प्रमोट कर रही है कि जो अटल इनोवेशन मिशन हैं उनको इनकॉर्पोरेट किया जा सके, उनको इंक्लूड किया जा सके, एंड अ राइट प्लेटफॉर्म शुड बी प्रोवाइडेड एट ईच लेवल, राइट? सो द AIM हैज फोकस्ड ऑन बोथ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर क्रिएशन and institutional building. Now, the AIM has worked on integrating the innovation ecosystem both nationally and globally. जो एक्सटेंशन हुई उसके बारे में कुछ की पॉइंट्स के बारे में आपको बताऊं. ऑल्दो आई हैव डिस्कस, सो दीज आर सम ऑफ द पॉइंट हाईलाइटिंग पॉइंट that is essentially important. You can take the screenshot of it so that it is easy for you to revise. Total budgetary expenditure जो है almost 2000 करोड़ रुपीस के आसपास रखी गई. Now advantages क्या होंगे AIM के and how it is different in sectors. So AIM partner with the Ministry of Defense is to set up the Defense Innovation Organizations जो कि foster करेगी innovation in procurement for the defense sector, again which is very relevant for the sector. Over the past years, Atal Innovation Mission has worked to provide institutional mechanism and to integrate the activities across the country. Now, through this program, it has brought innovation to lakh of the student and children. And now again, the AIM support the startup for almost 2000 plus crores from the government and private investors that can create several thousand jobs, right? So startups are coming and the amount substantially, which is more than 2000 crore rupees, will definitely call for a lot more investment, a lot more participation, which would again call for employment generation. The AIM has also executed several innovation challenge in terms of the topic which is of national importance. So these would be some of the significant advantages of the AIM in different sectors. Now, some important news that is relevant for your general studies paper 3. Among them, the first is the India Post Payment Bank launches Fincluvations. We'll see how the industry's platform to collaborate to build a solution in financial institution is there. So recently, the India Post and Payment Bank has announced the launch of Fincluvation, a joint innovation, or you can say the initiative to collaborate between the fintech startup community to cooperate in the innovation solutions for the financial inclusion. So if any question comes regarding to the financial inclusion or any essay, make sure you use this type of contemporary examples. Now, India Post Payment Banks is a 100% government-owned entity under the Department of Post. बात करें अगर Fincluvations की, Fincluvation is a joint initiative to collaborate with fintech startup to develop innovation solution for financial inclusions. और ये जो initiative है, this was announced by the Indian Post Payment Bank on the occasion of 75th anniversary of India's independence under the ongoing Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, which government is celebrating this year. Now, what is the objective of all this basically schemes, or you can say the initiative? Main objective of Fincluvation is to create a powerful platform to mobilize the startup towards building a significant financial products and promote the financial inclusion in our country. So first and foremost priority is to ensure the financial inclusion in our country and the mass reachability should be there. Now, Fincluvation is a step in the direction जहाँ पे industries के साथ innovations create की जाएंगी. It will be a powerful platform to mobilize the startup community and building a meaningful productions at the financial inclusion. जो पूरा aim है is to come up with a more and more inclusive and financial inclusion. Now, Fincluvation will have a permanent platform at Indian Post Payment Bank to co-create an inclusive financial solution with participating startups. And this will also invite the participants, ideates, develop market inclusive and tailored products that can be again useful for the customer and citizen of this country. Now, promoting startup, Fincluvation has also allowed the startup to work with Indian Post Payment Bank and Department of Payments, Department of Post की अगर बात करें, to develop the solutions and conduct pilot using the postal network of IPPB technology. Now, this Fincluvation mentors will also work in closer with the startup जो कि customers की जो ज़रूरतें हैं उसको पूरा करेंगे market strategy के साथ. That would be also operating on the model based on Indian Post Payment Bank and the Department of Posts. Now, under this new initiative, the government is going to promote the startup that would be encouraged to develop a solution related to some of the important issues, that is creditizations and digitalization. तो क्रेडिटाइजेशन की अगर बात करें तो यहाँ पे एक ऐसी इनोवेशन इंक्लूसिव क्रेडिट डेवलप की जाएगी दैट वुड बी हेल्पिंग द टारगेटिंग कस्टमर्स एट द डोर स्टेप थ्रू द पोस्टल नेटवर्क्स. और डिजिटलाइजेशन की अगर बात करें, दिस विल बी कन्वीनियंस थ्रू द कन्वर्जेंस ऑफ ट्रेडिशनल सर्विसेज with digital reachability or digital footprint. Now, payment technologies such as making the traditional money order services and interoperable banking services would be the part of digitalization. Now, 5G Verticals Engagement and Partnership Program, that is also known as VEPP initiative. Recently, the Department of Telecommunication has invited the expression of interest for the 5G Vertical Engagement and Partnership Program initiative. Now, let's understand this in detail how the things would be executed. So 5G vertical engagement and partnership is a program जहाँ पे industry के जो verticals हैं will have the potential to test come breed grounds and even it will call for innovations for the 5G users जहाँ पे एक expression of interest की जाएगी to enable a close collaboration between the users and verticals, right? So this is something to ensure that a 5G vertical engagement is there with the partnership program also. And 5G tech stakeholders, or you can say the stakeholders like सर्विस प्रोवाइडर जो सॉल्यूशन प्रोवाइडर्स हैं और या पार्टनर OEMs होंगे, ये सारे 5G टेक के स्टेक होल्डर्स हैं दैट कैन ट्रिगर अ मल्टीपल इफेक्ट एंड ट्राइंग टू फाइन ट्यून द 5G सॉल्यूशन इन रिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ द इकोनॉमिक वर्टिकल्स. नाउ एम क्या है इस तरह की इनिशिएटिव की? सो द इनिशिएटिव एम्स टू बिल्ड अ स्ट्रॉन्गर कोलैबोरेशन अक्रॉस 5G यूज केसेस इकोसिस्टम, जहाँ पे एक इस वेलोसिटी से इसको आगे बढ़ाई जाएगी ताकि इंक्लूसिव एम्फेसिस हो एड्रेस यूजर्स पे और वर्टिकल इंडस्ट्रीज के ज़रूरतों पे भी, बिकॉज वेरी सून major operators in India would be coming up with the rollout of the 5G services, although Airtel has categorically come up with the plans, but अभी इसकी implementations में थोड़ी टाइम में फाइनली एग्जीक्यूट की जाएंगी एंड मेजर मेट्रोपॉलिटन सिटीज़ में ऑलरेडी ट्रायल भी कंडक्ट कर ली गई. So those of you who are living in metropolitan cities or tier 2 cities can expect the 5G services very soon. So in order to multiply 5G opportunities across the users verticals, अंडर द गाइडेंस ऑफ सेक्रेटरी टेलीकॉम इंटरमिनिस्ट्रियल कमेटी बनाई गई थी. उनके मेंबर्स थे जिन्होंने ये कहा कि एक रिप्रेजेंटेशन भी होनी चाहिए मिनिस्ट्री के लिए ताकि वो एक्चुअल में देख सके अगर कोई लूप होल्स हो, सर्विस कैसी है, वन ऑन हैंड एक्सपीरियंसेस के बारे में. सो दैट वुड बी गिवन टू द मिनिस्ट्रीज एंड द कंसर्न स्टेक होल्डर्स. सेमिकॉन इंडिया कॉन्फ्रेंस 2022. Recently, the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technologies has inaugurated the first ever Semicon India conference under the India Semiconductor Mission. क्या है India Semiconductor Mission? So the India Semiconductor Mission was launched in 2021 under the Ministry of Electronics and IT. So the program aims to provide financial support जो कंपनी इन्वेस्ट करेंगी सेमीकंडक्टर्स में, डिस्प्ले में, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में और डिज़ाइन इकोसिस्टम में, उन सारे कंपनीज को financial support करेगी सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट. The mission called for development of a substantial semiconductor and display ecosystem in our country. Now, more about the conference that actually took place. So, the conference envisaged the launch pad to kickstart the country ambitions program, जहाँ पे global semiconductors hub बनाने की बात की गई, and even to nurture the chip design which is lacking. We are mostly dependent on चाइना इन टर्म्स ऑफ चिप डेवलपमेंट. तो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इकोसिस्टम यहीं डेवलप की जाएगी इंडिया में इंडिजिनस आत्मनिर्भर भारत इनिशिएटिव्स के अंदर, सो दैट सेमीकंडक्टर चिप डिजाइनिंग एंड मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इकोसिस्टम कैन बी द पार्ट ऑफ दिस. सो द 3-day कॉन्फ्रेंस बिगिन ऑर्गेनाइजिंग टेक फॉरवर्ड, जहाँ पे ये कोशिश की गई कि जो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मैन्युफैक्चरिंग है, सेमीकंडक्टर्स के डिजाइंस हैं, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग एंड इनोवेशन कैन बी द पार्ट ऑफ दिस कॉन्फ्रेंस. एमिनेंट एक्सपर्ट इंडस्ट्रीज एसोसिएट्स रिसर्च ऑफ people, stakeholders, academia were the part of this conference. Now, India as an investment destination for semiconductor technology की बात की गई है. प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने एड्रेस किया इस कॉन्फ्रेंस को and he has highlighted the 6 important points that can call for investment destination for India, and India can become a hub of semiconductor technology. This is what the Prime Minister has categorically stated in this conference. The first point, he noted that India is building a digital infrastructure to connect over 1.3 billion Indians, right? वो government digital technology use करेगी to transform life in all sector of governance and from the health to welfare for inclusion and empowerment. Second, like conducting 600,000 villages with broadband investment in developing capabilities of 5G, Internet of Things, clean energy technology, and India is paving the way to lead the next technological revolutions. Third, India is headed for a robust economic growth, जहाँ पे it can become the world fastest growing startup ecosystem. These all points were highlighted by the Prime Minister. So make sure you take a note of all these points. Now, India own consumption की अगर बात करें semiconductor की is expected to cross by $80 billion by 2026 and $110 billion by 2030. Now, the 4 point which was highlighted was India has undertaken a wide range of reform improving the ease of doing business in India. तो अगर ईज ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस की अगर बात करें, जो कि काफ़ी हद तक गवर्नमेंट ने रेटअपिज्म हटाई है, जो लेस पेपर वर्क है वो की है, और मोर ऑफ डिजिटलाइजेशन हैज़ बीन इनकॉर्पोरेटेड. Now, fifth, that the heavy investment in skilling and training for the young Indian is there. Almost 25 semiconductor design companies have come up with a research and development center in our country. Sixth, that the India has undertaken several measures towards transforming India's manufacturing sectors. प्रोडक्शन लिंक इंसेंटिव स्कीम्स लाई गई हैं जहां पे ऑलमोस्ट $26 बिलियन तक इन्वेस्ट किए गए हैं 14 सेक्टर्स में. द प्रोग्राम एम्स टू प्रोवाइड फाइनेंशियल सपोर्ट टू द कंपनीज फॉर इन्वेस्टिंग इन सेमीकंडक्टर्स, डिस्प्ले मैन्युफैक्चरिंग एंड डिजाइन इकोसिस्टम. Now, Atal New India Challenge 2.0, something again very important for the prelims examination. So as I've told you in the beginning that we'll be looking into the detailed part of it. So this is the news where I was talking about. So recently, the Atal Innovation Mission launched the phase of 1, that is the second edition of New Atal India Challenge, that is ANIC 2.0. क्या है ये Atal New India Challenge? Atal New India Challenge is a flagship program of Atal Innovation Mission, which is a part of Niti Aayog. This was actually envisaged by the Niti Aayog. The program aims to seek and select, support, and nurture the technology-based innovations, solve sectoral challenges of national importance and societal relevance. Goal क्या है ANIC की? So first is that it aims to support the innovations in critical areas such as growth of education, चाहे वो healthcare sectors हो, water sanitations, agriculture, food processing, housing, एनर्जी मोबिलिटी और स्पेस एप्लीकेशन, ये सारे वर्टिकल्स हैं जहाँ पे इसको यूज़ की जाएगी. द अटल न्यू इंडिया चैलेंज एम्स टू एड्रेस द कमर्शलाइजेशन वैली ऑफ डेथ, दैट इज सपोर्टिंग द innovator skills over the risk associated with the access to resources of testing, piloting, and market creations. So this Atal New India Challenge call for more innovation, which will help India in the longer run, and even it will call for prosperity and a job creations. लिस्ट ऑफ चैलेंजेस की बात करूंगा मैं आपके साथ. कुछ 7 सेक्टर में कुछ अलग अलग चैलेंजेस हाईलाइट किए गए. विल बी लुकिंग इनटू ऑल द 7 सेक्टर्स वन बाय वन, राइट? So there are total almost 18 challenges which is bifurcated in the 7 sector. So let's see which are the 7 sector and what are the challenges. So the first is e-mobility, that is challenge number 1, that is challenge vehicles, innovation in indigenous electric vehicles and EV component, that is electric vehicles component. और second है EV charging infrastructure, solution for easier, faster and charging of electronic volt batteries. Second target है is like road transport in partnership with Ministry of Road Transport and Highway. That first challenge is to safe transport innovation and improve the rider safety. Second is a smart mobility, जहाँ पे smart solutions develop की जाएगी as an intelligent transport system. And third is sustainable mobility for a sustainable innovation and mobility. Third is the space technology in applications in partnership with Department of Space and Indian Space Research Organization, that is ISRO. तो ISRO के साथ collaborations हैं, where the first target is a GIC solutions across the sector, agriculture, water, forestry, urban affair and road transport are the part of it. उसके अलावा सेकेंड चैलेंज है प्रोपल्शन, जहाँ पे इनोवेशन की जाएगी ग्रीन प्रोपेलेंट्स पे, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक प्रोपल्शंस पे और एडवांस एयर ब्रीथिंग सिस्टम्स पे. थर्ड इज नेविगेशन, जहाँ पे नाविक बेस्ड नेविगेशन सॉल्यूशन प्रोवाइड की जाएगी एंड ऑल इंटरनेट ऑफ थिंग्स एप्लीकेशन वुड बी टेकन इनटू कंसिडरेशन. Now challenge 4 is AI, that is artificial intelligence and machine learning modeling with the model of space application. The other sector is sanitation technology in partnership with Ministry and Social Justice and Empowerment. तो यहाँ पे जो पहली challenge है is to prevent the human intervention, innovation to mechanize the cleaning of septic tanks. जो septic tanks होती हैं, जो drainage होती है, manholes होती हैं, उसकी cleaning में किस तरह से technology को use किया जा सकता है. Other challenge is protecting the human endangered in the sewage cleaning, that is protective gears, equipment and other solution, ensuring for healthy and safety of human engaged in the sewage cleaning. Another sector is mobile device and equipments that call for portable point of care diagnostic and monitoring device. We have seen that during coronavirus pandemic, these sectors were most neglected, and that was a point of concern that the government has also noted. Second challenge is a low cost consumable and implants. Third is advanced surgical and non-surgical equipments. Fourth is advanced assistive and rehabilitation devices. अदर सेक्टर्स इंक्लूड वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट एंड एग्रीकल्चर. तो वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट की अगर बात करें, यहाँ पे पहली म्यूनिसिपल सॉलिड वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट और सेकेंड है ई वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट. दीज आर इटसेल्फ अ टॉपिक विच इज़ अगेन रेलिवेंट फॉर द मेंस एग्जामिनेशन. और एग्रीकल्चर की अगर बात करें, यहाँ पे स्मार्ट क्लाइमेट स्मार्ट एग्रीकल्चर प्रमोट करने की बात की गई है एज अ चैलेंज. Now, some news that you need to look upon in brief. So, I'll be discussing some news which is in brief in nature and again important for the prelims examination. So, let's see some news one by one. Temple 360 websites. Recently, the Ministry of State for Culture and External Affairs Minister ने inaugurate किया 360 websites को. ये Temple 360 एक digital platform है where anyone can visit or do darshan of 20 Jyotirlinga and Char Dham from any location digitally. Through this platform, people can see participation in e-darshan, e-prashad और e-aarti में participate कर पाएंगे, making everyone life convenient and also keep them connected. Now, these websites also allow devotees to perform aarti at several other services also. Now, Donate a Pension Program. The Union Labour Employment Ministries has recently launched Donate a Pension Scheme. ये एक ऐसी स्कीम है जो अलाउ करेगी किसी भी इंडिविजुअल सिटीजन को किसी और दूसरे के लिए प्रीमियम पे करने के लिए, वैसे लोग जो अनऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर्स में काम करते हैं. सो इन द सेम एज ग्रुप ऑफ 18 to 40 अंडर द प्रधानमंत्री श्रम योगी मानधन योजना. सो द डोनर कैन प्ले अ मिनिमम 1 year ऑफ कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन. तो जो भी डोनर्स हैं वो 1 year की कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन दे सकते हैं. State Energy and Climate Index, again very important. Recently, the Niti Aayog has released the State Energy and Climate Index. The State Energy Climate Index round 1 aims to create state and UTs on the parameters. कौन-कौन से parameters है? DISCOM performances, access, affordability and reliability, clean and energy initiative, energy efficiency, environmental sustainability और new initiatives. तो इसके कुछ 27 parameters थे जिन पे पूरी स्टेट्स की रैंकिंग की गई है. बेस्ड ऑन द राउंड 1, द स्टेट एंड यूनियन टेरिटरीज हैज बीन रैंक्ड और उनके कुछ 3 कैटेगरीज बनाए गए हैं स्टेट्स की: फ्रंट रनर, अचीवर और एस्पिरेंट. इफ यू वांट टू रीड मोर अबाउट द स्टेट डिटेल्स, यू कैन चेक आउट द PDF दैट यू कैन फाइंड इन आवर IAS ज्ञान वेबसाइट्स. वहाँ पे मैंने डिटेल में उसके लिए जो स्टेट्स ने एलिजिबल जो थे उनके बारे में डिटेल्स दी हुई है. फॉर मोर डिटेल रेफरेंस अबाउट द स्टेट, यू कैन चेक आउट दैट PDF which you can find in our IAS ज्ञान वेबसाइट. Now, uses of index की अगर बात करें, index can be used as a states, UT and benchmark, and all the peers analyzes the potential to develop a better policy mechanism and efficiently manage the resources. Some bilateral agreements and summits. तो इंडस ऑस्ट्रेलिया ECT है. अगर बात करें, इंडिया ऑस्ट्रेलिया इकोनॉमिक कॉर्पोरेशन एंड ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट दैट वाज रिसेंटली साइंड बिटवीन इंडिया एंड ऑस्ट्रेलिया. And the Indus Australia agreement encompasses trade in goods and services, a balanced, equitable trade agreement which will further cement the relationship in terms of close strategic relationship between India and Australia. FTA की भी बात की गई है. This free trade agreement will call for a lot more innovation between all these countries. Now, significance of agreement की अगर बात करें, first it will enhance the bilateral trade in goods and services, create new employment opportunities, जो living standard है वो rise होगी. It will improve the general welfare of the people of the both countries, contributing the stability and strengthening the relationship, and increase the resilience in supply chain and contribute to the stability in the Indo-Pacific region. Raisina Dialogue 2022, again something important. This is being organized by the Observe Research Foundation in participations with the Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India. So this can be the factual point which can be relevant for your prelims examination. Recently, the 7th edition of the Raisina Dialogue was held in New Delhi. The edition is again important. You have to Note the number. This was 7th edition, and this is like premier conference on geopolitical and geoeconomics, which challenges the global community. तो उस particular points को issues को discuss की जाती है with all the forums, and the conference is hosted by the Observer Research Foundation in partnership with Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India. थीम क्या थी इस बार की कॉन्फ्रेंस की? दैट इज टेरा नोवा, इम्पैशन, इम्प्लेंट एंड इम्प्रल. सो दीज वेर द थीम ऑफ द कॉन्फ्रेंस. मोस्ट प्रोबेबली दिस कैन बी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर द अपकमिंग प्रीलिम्स. थीमेटिक पिलर्स रखे गए हैं इसमें. तो इस बार की जो कॉन्फ्रेंस हुई इसमें 6 थीमेटिक पिलर्स थे. रीथिंकिंग टेक्नोलॉजी और डेमोक्रेसी एक्चुअली, जहाँ पे टेक्नोलॉजी, ट्रेड और आइडियोलॉजी को प्रमोट की गई है. एंड ऑफ मल्टीलैटरलिज्म, एक नेटवर्क ग्लोबल ऑर्डर बनाने की बात की गई है. वाटर Caucasus, this is a turbulent tide in Indo-Pacific. Communities in industries, that is the first response on health, development and planet. Achieving green transition, जहाँ पे common imperative होगी diverging realities पे. और Samson and Galliot, that is a persistent and relentless technology versus the wars. Some military exercises that were again in the news and relevant for the examination. Mission Sagar एक engagement है between the Indian Ocean region countries. So SAGAR stands for security and growth for all in the region. Mission SAGAR is in line with the role with first responder, जहाँ पे इस region में build की जाएगी excellent relationship between the countries that have taken part in the COVID-19 pandemic. And as a part of the mission 2, India Navy ship Air Virat delivered the food to Sudan, South Sudan, Djibouti and Eritrea में इंडिया ने ऑलरेडी कुछ इस तरह की इनिशिएटिव्स रखी है जहाँ पे इनफेक्टेड कंट्रीज को गवर्नमेंट ने हेल्प किया हुआ. एक्सरसाइज वरुणा 2022. This is a cumulative of 20th edition of Indo-Pacific French bilateral naval exercises, which is known as Varuna 2022. The exercise has explained the scope to cover the broad spectrum of maritime cooperations. And the final phase of exercise has progressed with the TAPT Advanced Anti-Submarine Warfare exercises. और इस एक्सरसाइज में कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट चीज़ों को करेक्टराइज की गई बाय सीमलेस कोऑर्डिनेशन, प्रिसाइज एग्जीक्यूशन ऑफ मैनूवर्स, क्लॉक एग्जीक्यूशन ऑफ कॉम्प्लेक्स एंटी सबमरीन वॉरफेयर्स. And even the exercise reflect high energy and mutual understanding between Indian and French navies. So this were the part of exercises, and even I've covered most of the news that was relevant for the month of April. If you want to read more detail about the other news that is a part of this PIB compilation, you can check out our website जहाँ पे PIB compilation में आपको और भी important news जो कि examination से relevant है वो detail में मिल जाएंगी. Although I have covered every news in this discussion also, right? So this was all about for this discussion. We have lot more other initiatives on our YouTube, that is daily news and editorial analysis. IAS GAZETTE की magazine है जो आप हमारे IAS ज्ञान के website से download कर सकते हैं. FCA हर fortnight में आपको मिलेगी. PIB already have discussed. Monthly policy review की videos already upload हो गई हैं. Very soon will be coming up with the gist of YOJNA and Kurukshetra also. So this all initiative will help you to sail through this journey of civil services. So do check it out. अगर आपके कोई भी concern है, do let me know. I'll be more than happy to assist you. For time being, I'm signing off. Thank you so much for watching this video.